Nightcrawler, 2014, directed by Dan Gilroy and starring Jake Gyllenhaal as Louis Lou Bloom, is a dark, unsettling exploration of ambition, media ethics, and the commodification of violence in modern urban life. The story follows Lou, a socially awkward and morally ambiguous drifter living in Los Angeles who survives by stealing scrap metal and reselling it. From the beginning, he demonstrates a manipulative personality and a talent for persuasive speech, often mimicking corporate jargon he has learned online. Despite his lack of formal education or stable employment, Lou is determined to find a career where he can grow and achieve success no matter the cost. Lou's life changes one night when he stumbles upon a car accident scene being filmed by freelance cameramen known as Nightcrawlers. These individuals race to crime scenes, accidents, and emergencies to capture graphic footage and sell it to local news stations. Intrigued by both the adrenaline and the financial opportunity, Lou quickly recognizes that this niche industry could provide him with the career he seeks. He invests in a cheap camcorder and a police scanner, learning to track emergency calls and arrive at scenes before competitors. At first, Lou struggles to understand the rules of this underground profession. He is inexperienced and often pushed away by police and other cameramen. However, his persistence and willingness to learn allow him to improve rapidly. He begins filming increasingly disturbing footage, including victims in critical condition, and sells it to a local TV station. There he meets Nina Romina, played by Renee Russo, a news director desperate to boost ratings for her struggling morning news program. Nina immediately recognizes Lou's potential because his footage is more graphic and emotionally gripping than that of his competitors. Nina explains to Lou what sells: violent crime, especially when it involves wealthy suburban victims and perpetrators who can be framed as threatening outsiders. This guidance becomes a turning point. Lou starts tailoring his work not just to capture events but to shape them into narratives that will appeal to the station's audience. He is no longer just documenting reality, he is learning how to manipulate it. To expand his operation, Lou hires Rick, a homeless and desperate young man played by Riz Ahmed, as his assistant. Lou pays Rick very little and treats him as expendable, but Rick accepts the job because he has no better options. Their relationship highlights Lou's growing sense of superiority and lack of empathy. Lou constantly lectures Rick about professionalism and success, using motivational cliches while simultaneously exploiting him. As Lou becomes more experienced, his methods grow increasingly unethical. He begins arriving at crime scenes before the police and tampering with evidence to get better shots. In one instance, he moves a dead body to improve the composition of his footage. He also withholds information from authorities if it means he can capture more exclusive material. These actions demonstrate his complete disregard for morality and human dignity in pursuit of success. Lou's relationship with Nina also becomes more complex and disturbing. Recognizing her dependence on his footage for ratings, Lou manipulates the power dynamic between them. He uses his leverage to coerce her into a personal and sexual relationship, framing it as a business negotiation. Nina, though initially resistant, ultimately complies because she fears losing the exclusive content that keeps her program competitive. This interaction underscores one of the film's central themes: the corrupting influence of ambition and the transactional nature of relationships within a profit-driven media environment. The tension escalates when Lou captures footage of a brutal home invasion in an upscale neighborhood. Instead of immediately reporting what he has seen, he films the aftermath, including the victims, and records crucial details about the suspects. Rather than sharing this information with the police, he withholds it so he can orchestrate a more dramatic and profitable story. He tracks the suspects himself, planning to capture their eventual confrontation with law enforcement on camera. This decision leads to the film's climax. Lou deliberately sets up a scenario where the suspects are pursued by police in a high-speed chase. He ensures that he and Rick are in the perfect position to film the action. During the chaos, Rick is shot and critically wounded. Instead of helping him, Lou continues filming, prioritizing the footage over Rick's life. Rick dies and Lou coldly rationalizes his actions as necessary for his business. This moment reveals the full extent of Lou's transformation into a remorseless opportunist. Despite the moral horror of his actions, Lou faces no real consequences. Instead, he is rewarded. His footage of the chase and shootout becomes a major success, significantly boosting the station's ratings. Nina continues to work with him and Lou uses his newfound wealth to expand his business. In the final scenes, he has multiple vans and employees, presenting himself as a successful entrepreneur. He delivers a speech about growth and teamwork, echoing the same motivational language he used earlier, but now with genuine authority. His life takes a pivotal turn when he witnesses freelance cameramen filming a car crash for television. Fascinated by the combination of urgency, violence, and profit, Lou decides to enter the world of night crawling, where freelancers capture graphic footage of crimes and accidents to sell to news stations. He invests in basic equipment, a camcorder and a police scanner, and begins chasing emergency calls across the city. Initially inexperienced, Lou struggles to compete with seasoned stringers, but his determination and willingness to cross ethical lines quickly set him apart. He learns that the most valuable footage is not just about events but about how they are framed: violent, emotional, and sensational. He sells his early footage to a struggling local station run by Nina Romina, played by Renee Russo, who is desperate to improve ratings. Nina recognizes Lou's potential and instructs him on what sells best: graphic crime stories, especially those involving affluent victims, and fear-inducing narratives about urban violence spreading into suburban spaces. Lou takes this advice to heart and begins shaping his work accordingly. He hires Rick, a homeless young man played by Riz Ahmed, as his assistant for minimal pay. Lou presents himself as a mentor, using motivational language about success and opportunity, but in reality he exploits Rick and treats him as disposable. Their dynamic reflects Lou's growing sense of control and detachment from basic human compassion. As Lou becomes more skilled, his actions grow increasingly unethical. He starts arriving at crime scenes before the police and manipulates evidence to improve his footage. He invades private spaces, films victims without consent, and prioritizes capturing shocking images over helping injured people. His ambition transforms him from an observer into an active manipulator of events. The turning point comes when Lou and Rick arrive at a home invasion scene before the authorities. Inside, Lou films the aftermath of a brutal triple murder in an upscale neighborhood. Instead of reporting what he has witnessed, he carefully records everything, including clues about the perpetrators. He even edits out critical details such as footage of the suspects before selling the material to Nina, ensuring that he maintains exclusive control over the story. The footage becomes a major news sensation, reinforcing the film's critique of how media exploits tragedy for ratings. Lou's relationship with Nina deepens in a disturbing way. Recognizing her dependence on his footage, he manipulates their professional arrangement into a personal one, coercing her into a sexual relationship under the guise of negotiation. This moment reveals Lou's complete lack of ethical boundaries and his ability to weaponize power dynamics to his advantage. Nina, though aware of the moral compromise, accepts it because her career depends on Lou's content. The narrative intensifies when Lou reveals that he has identified the suspects from the home invasion but chooses not to inform the police immediately. Instead, he devises a plan to maximize the value of the story. He tracks the suspects and waits for the right moment to involve law enforcement, aiming to capture a dramatic confrontation on camera. Rick becomes increasingly uncomfortable with Lou's decisions, recognizing the danger and illegality of their actions. Despite Rick's objections, Lou proceeds with his plan. He follows the suspects to a public location and finally calls the police, setting up a situation that leads to a violent shootout. Lou and Rick position themselves to film the entire incident, capturing chaos, gunfire, and the ensuing police chase. The scene escalates into a high-speed pursuit through the city, with Lou obsessively focused on getting the best possible footage even as lives are at risk. During the chase, Lou deliberately pushes closer to the danger, ignoring Rick's fear and pleas for safety. Eventually, the suspects crash their vehicle, but the situation is not over. One of the criminals survives and Lou manipulates Rick into approaching him for a closer shot. In a tragic and chilling moment, the suspect shoots Rick. Instead of helping him, Lou continues filming as Rick lies dying, prioritizing his footage over the life of his employee. Lou's cold rationalization that Rick's death is part of the job marks the culmination of his moral descent. After the chaos subsides, Lou captures the final moments of the surviving suspect being shot by police, securing exclusive footage of the entire sequence. When questioned by detectives, Lou carefully constructs a narrative that conceals his prior knowledge and involvement. He lies, convincingly presenting himself as a helpful witness rather than a manipulative orchestrator. Despite suspicions, there is insufficient evidence to implicate him, allowing him to walk free. The film concludes with Lou achieving the success he has relentlessly pursued. His footage becomes a massive hit, further boosting the station's ratings. Nina continues to rely on him, and Lou expands his business into a full-fledged operation with multiple vans and employees. In the final scene, he delivers a speech to his new hires, echoing the same motivational rhetoric he used earlier, but now backed by real power and influence. The ending is deeply unsettling because Lou is not punished, he is rewarded. His rise highlights a system that values sensationalism and profit over ethics and humanity. The media's demand for shocking content creates an environment where individuals like Lou can thrive, blurring the line between journalism and exploitation. Ultimately, Nightcrawler is a critique of modern media culture and unchecked ambition. Lou Bloom represents a terrifying blend of intelligence, charisma, and moral emptiness. His journey from petty thief to successful entrepreneur exposes how easily ethical boundaries can be erased in the pursuit of success. The film leaves viewers with a disturbing realization: the horrors Lou captures are not just the result of crime but of a society willing to consume and reward it. If you enjoy watching this video, then subscribe to Angel Recaps for the latest movies explanation.